Alright, here's the last match from season 31 of ESEA. We're actually in an interesting position because we had a really rough schedule. We had only, like I said before, we had only lost to... Actually, the only games we lost were to the top 5 teams and then the close match to like the 8th or 9th team. Then we beat 3 playoff teams and we still didn't make playoffs. All we needed here, we still kind of choked because all we needed here was 1 round to make playoffs. And we ended up blowing it. So, again, as kind of a recurring pattern, you can see that, like I've said in pretty much all these ones I've watched before, the 2 kind of fundamentals I fail on really badly in this back then was, 1, I don't look around enough. I don't look up, I don't look at the other team, where the threats are coming from. I'm just kind of tunnel visioned on my own players. And on top of that, yeah, I should be looking up here. Shouldn't be hanging around here either. We have no scout here. It's so easy to get bombed. And also just kind of mindlessly waddling after my players. Not really putting any thought into it. So it actually goes pretty well. We caught the demo pretty early. Got another pick on Crybaby. I think that's a clean buddy. And some sacks. We're not really pressuring hard enough. We should be pressuring a lot harder. If a chance sniper instantly gets a kill. Beacon Carter. Making a lot of space. Actually clears them out, but our flank and our pocket go way too fast. They were pretty much out if they didn't feed there, but had that point for free basically. They don't have HP on scout to salvage the team fight or anything like that. Not really positioned here to take a good trade. We don't really have the classes either at this point. If we had a soldier scout up, it might be okay, but at this point it's kind of too late to get in position, it looks like. We went a lot faster. We kind of just chain fed there. Yeah, I don't look at the soldier at all. This is really stupid by me. They were getting ready to trade. We met them close. It's not too bad. I mean, if we're getting ready to use anyway, it's not the end of the world, but... I shouldn't blindly follow that guy. That was... Again, that's bad discipline. Don't blindly follow after players. We need someone stuffing left side here. I know they could come valley, but we need to make sure we have eyes on it. I'm stuck in kind of an awkward spot where I can't tank someone close to choke here. Because I kind of isolated myself from my team. Unless we're going to back up. I'm going to live at least. But yeah, we just didn't really... We kind of had too many people stacked on the right side for no reason. People just didn't have discipline watching their spots, so they kind of just flooded in everywhere. And our formation kind of got scattered and just became really bad after that. Yeah, kind of an issue with when HE was on sniper, since he was our hard carry player. We kind of need, you know, having those picks is really important, but at the same time, the fact that he was so much better than the rest of our players in team fights, it was a huge hit if he wasn't on scout. This is actually not a terrible spot to play as long as you have a gun up. And if you expect them to have sniper, we know this team has some really good snipers on it, so we're kind of expecting one of them to come up sniper here, I think. Fast forward, nothing really interesting happening here. Just waiting for them to do something really. But I'm taking a lot of damage here somehow. Yeah, it turns out they do have a sniper. We're down 2 here. This is really badly coordinated. There's probably a miscommunication. Maybe the sniper looked at me and I had to use, but I didn't know the sniper's taking shots. It's not really great. I don't know, it's kind of a tough situation because we can't. It's tough to trade in the doorway there because our spawn times are so long that even after the Uber fades, we're still not gonna have people up. And then they can pretty easily win that post fight. But backing up is also not great. I mean, backing up we ended up using anyway, so if you're gonna use anyway, you might as well meet them close, even if it's not great. Somehow they blew it though. Not sure what happened really. Really ideally, if I could have got out of the sightline, rotating behind point, waiting for them to get on point, then trading on the point, which would buy a little bit more time for spawns, probably would have been ideal, but if you're in the spot where you know you're going to force it anyway, obviously you just need to go ahead and take the trade. It's better to, you know, take the trade, make them use, rather than use out of position, give them a definitely better Uber. Might have lost track of the Ubers there. Maybe it's just Titan's fault for not listening, not sure. It was in deep, not sure why. Trying to salvage the Desad, but they already had 2 picks, they really didn't need to go. It was really unnecessary by the demo. They had enough people they could have pressured together, and probably got a force there or a kill. Or even just straight up won the round. We get 3 picks, baiting here, make sure it's all clear, walking through. We could have waited a little bit longer. At the very least, I should keep my eyes on Valley. There's no reason to really walk in front of my players there. And he called to go house, and went ahead and dropped down, so it's too late. I have a pretty good ad here. Should be kind of weird pathing to go top left here. We do get in free though, so it works out. I'm kind of chasing him too hard here. Our scout and demo are really disconnected. We need to take space. So they're pretty much out here. Just need people to actually get on high ground. Get the picks. I should not have fallen down there. It's eating spam. Yeah, I feel like we were pretty indecisive with that Uber, deciding if we wanted to use there or not. And we ended up not catching the med because I disconnected my scout. So now our demo really shouldn't have stayed in there. We had our scout had already and beam had already backed up. If he lived there, we could have played for the force on mid, but now we're pretty much just gonna have to give it up. Soldier can go for it, but it's really not good. He actually does manage to make them use, but that really shouldn't happen. It's really on the other team's fault for fucking up. They should never have to use their big ad there to a single soldier sack. Just one soldier is easy to keep track of. You have no demo or other soldier to spam to worry about. That's really, I think it's a really good play to go for that. Especially because it didn't really look like the med was in a position where a really great team wouldn't be able to protect him. We kind of got lucky there, and we get a lucky med kill, so good job by whichever teammate got that. We have big ad, we should go and start poking. I don't know why we're not poking. Going really slow here. We don't need to wait for this guy, he's just a flank scout, he can clear, a little bit delayed. Now they don't have heals here, we should go ahead and poke them off with damage. We could have done that pretty easily if we'd been a little bit faster. I don't know why we used through here without a projectile class, it's such a bad Uber, while having one person on it. Even worse, because the demo's not in the Uber, he managed to get dropped out of it by someone behind. And this is just falling way too far, there's no reason for me to back up there. Ended up backing up into doorway where, you know, we knew we were deep to the other team. So I should know that there could be people behind, and that's a doorway that someone could be walking through. That's just a really bad position to fade. I shouldn't have left the, I shouldn't have followed past the upper lobby area. Somehow our teammates managed to kind of out-DM them behind, so we really managed to salvage that, but that's, well, again, mostly the other team making mistakes, rather than us playing well, I think. We know they're down heals, we could probably at least delay this point, maybe delay enough respawners, if they're slow to push. We need someone spotting Valley though, we need someone spotting the cross, we need someone spotting Valley. At the very least we need someone spotting the cross, because then they can go watch Valley, they don't have to be actively watching it as long as someone's spotting the cross here. And spotting the cross, I mean looking underpass to see if their team passes to Valley or is starting to walk underpass. Yeah, I mean, they don't push, they really could have taken advantage of 2 picks there. Really done something off that. I don't like where I'm positioned here. First of all, I like to kind of be jumping on and off the rails if someone sacks. I have a little prop to play around. Also, don't like that I have no vision of under. I mean, someone else should be watching it, but it doesn't hurt to be off the dangle a little bit so you can actually see it. Also, don't like I'm way back here. I need to be closer to the choke here. We think our guy in the choke, not outside of it. Baiting and shutter is really bad here. So we can work our sniper a little bit as we get a pick. What I would do normally, I would pressure under, just into counter sack. You know, a lot of time people wouldn't counter sack because you have a sniper, but I think in this case it's probably okay as long as the soldier goes fast, because they can't really muck it in and force a trade. I don't know. Actually, I wouldn't counter sack here. I'd just work the sniper. Run defense. Yeah, I would. If I was on offense, I'd probably be fine with sending I'd be fine with sending a sack there. On defense, I think it's an unnecessary risk to send a sack there. So yeah, but what we should have done is instead we did nothing, which is even worse. What I would have liked to done is we should have all taken our heels underpass and worked our sniper further through valley. That's what we should have done. Instead, it seems like we're doing basically nothing. Getting picks, but what are we doing with it? The picks are pointless if you don't do anything. We're just letting a sniper continue to try to take solo shots, but it's never gonna get anything because they're out to mid. If we manage to get another pick, we should be working the center pass right now. Instead, once again, we're doing nothing. Just kind of taking individual fights. We're not actually pressuring the other team and trying to roll it into a bigger advantage as our team. Instead, they just go for a really stupid trade here. It's such a dog shit trade. I really could have we should have just guided that all the way. As a single soldier, he'd already used most of his rockets. Oh, if I would have landed, yeah, if I would have landed on the pack there, I could have surfed that pack and lived that. I actually did, hit the surf, but I should have landed, if I landed on the pack, then that would have been, I would have lived there, because I would have, take that rock and our team would have cleaned him up. But yeah, we really didn't even need to use there. That was really pointless, and that was also really pointless by Poison there. He shouldn't have been in lobby there. He should have been all the way out. There's no reason for him to be taking it's 2 people up, no reason for him to be fighting that. It's not going to do anything. But yeah, we easily could have kited that and just replayed it with full lab. No reason to take the risk trying to chase that. I'd say it's never bad to take it back into them, but the fact that we took it back into them with only a demo is why I don't like it. Just trying to chase with a single demo is very, I don't know, it's very unnecessary risk. We managed to get the kill anyway, but again, they really shouldn't have been able to, we shouldn't have been able to get away with that, I don't think. Our demo just kind of dies, I'm not sure why. Since they have a sniper already, we know this team's gonna snipe. I don't know why they traded here, this is a really stupid trade. They take a trade while they have a sniper, and we have a sentry up that they didn't spam down beforehand, and they use first. That was horrendous. That was a horrendous waste of an opportunity by them. We have a demo pack, and they have a, I don't know, it's just not, and Titan's way alone by himself. He needs to wait for a team to catch up. He kind of ends up solo feeding because of that. She manages to salvage by killing their demo, but this is going horrific. Now I'm doing a really bad thing where I'm waddling after my players and just chasing them around when I should be playing around my team, making them come to me. And we shouldn't even really be fighting this anymore anyway. We've been down players for a while. And I missed that arrow, which is just a fuck up by me. So we might get the Uber. They're really slow to take this space. They should be taking space way more aggressively. Again, I guess they know they have small lads, so they're trying to catch me with it maybe. With 98. Managed to just barely catch up players. Gonna have to flash a lot because they're both in the red here. Getting on the left. Kind of buying time. That wasn't terrible, but yeah. I don't like that they traded and lasted out that demo pack. What they should have done is got the gun down, which is much easier now that there's no demo spamming, no traps to deal with. Then taken space, then sent double, and if you have time, maybe even a triple sack. At the very least, a double sack off that demo pack. And if you're able, your team's taking space because there's no demo, should be very much easier to do than normal, then that should be pretty easy force on the med. It's very hard. It would be very hard not to force it that if they play it properly. Our demo just is instantly dying on these mids. I'm a little bit slow on the arrow. And again, that was just another mistake where I end up chasing around my players, compromising my position, not looking at the other team. Yeah, pretty much most of my issues in a lot of these older demos, they come down to just really the fundamentals. That's like, you know, the vast majority of med. Just make sure you look at things so you know what they're doing. Even if your mechanics aren't great, if you look at things, you know where things are coming from. It's much easier to deal with them. And also just don't compromise your position for stupid reasons. Be disciplined. Make people come to you. Call your position so people play around you. Not on second now, we could have peaked second pretty easily here. At the very least a delay, maybe send a sack. Said we were just really slow, we were gonna end up giving it for free. Which we really didn't need to do, I don't think. They'd lost 3 on mid. It'd probably be a little bit slow to get there. We could have at least delayed it. I don't like that we completely gave it up. Especially after seeing how long it took them to get in. You know, maybe if we delayed it, maybe we would have been able to get the super in time. The Uber is actually really dog shit though. I kinda get in time. I'd like more to play the height. We have too many people doing a mosh pit on the point here, I think. I get the Uber. I don't like that walk in front of my team though, that's really goofy. Either way, it didn't really matter, it's just too late. I really didn't need to use there either. I could have held that a little bit longer. We would have held that a little bit longer, taken the Uber on point with our MVP. We actually might have been able to hold that. Would have been unlikely, but yeah, I mean, HP, you know, he can pull out miracles. So, that was, this was kind of a, I don't think it would have mattered in the end, but still a mistake by me there. Again, a soldier bomb, they didn't even look at their team. Really bad stuff, we just leave now. Hit the med pick, so I just need to prioritize leaving. Jam ADA, run back. Even grabbing, this is fine. See where they're at. Yeah, there's a guy here, we should probably keep running. Don't need to spam. Rotate right lobby, spam. We have spawns almost here, just make sure we're aware that someone can come through shutter or ramp room. I think our scout gets launched in super hard. He's actually living maybe. Can't manage to get a pretty good clean up there. We have big ad here, they're down 2. We shouldn't have to use the super. We should be able to take mid for free using this. Big ad, no soldiers, just a demo man up. I should be looking towards Valley. Not staring at, but at least looking towards it. Someone shot me and I just kind of dropped onto low ground. I don't like my pathing there. Still have ad, we should definitely take this. Really hesitating to use this. I might have miscounted the Ubers or something. We shouldn't have done this weird reset. We just kind of stand around. We had time to, at the very least, even if we think it's going to even out, we could have pressured Valley there. Walked in Valley, taken some space. Maybe we're not sure if we use. You can always just turn that into a sack. And maybe if they're, you know, really respecting, we can just walk in and take it for free. There's other things we could have done with that Uber. Instead, we were just way slow on the transition and ended up having to settle for a stalemate, which our team's not good at dealing with. Spam, more spam, more spam. Work the sniper, the most boring part of the game. Yeah, right here we should either send, yeah, right here we have 2 scouts. We should, off these 2 scout picks, we should just be able to dry fight. I don't like the, why do we do it from here though? We do it through the worst doorway and we send poison to die. Well, okay, this is also fine. Down 2 scouts, you see sack opportunity and you think you can get the force. Got the force there, so it worked out. I wouldn't find with sacking 2 there, honestly. I'm not sure if we should rely on the single sack, but nonetheless, we have big ad. And this is just cluelessness by me. I separated from my scout, pathed in a really awkward way, then hit a pencil surf. I was looking around, just being more cognizant of my surroundings. I would have seen the soldier, would have lived there, would have dropped. But yeah, I mean, using those picks instead of dry fighting, because you know we do have a sniper. You know, using those picks to get a really strong sack in if they're overextended, make sure they force. That's also viable. I'm not against that. totally, but I also think it would have been fine if we just rotated Valley and dry pushed. Take the safest doorway. They're probably gonna give it up. But yeah, what we did there was fine. Also, taking the boomer trade, not very meta, but I think it's, especially at lower levels, I think it's fine. Down 2 scouts, we lost them pretty back to back, so just taking a boomer trade into them, to making them leave for the post fight because the scouts won't be there yet, would have been fine. Yeah, any of those things would have been fine, but I'm kind of over focused on the last thing that happened rather than this. Looks like we just lose 2 to the Uber. A whole lot we could do about that. Alright, we know that we just gotta mentally reset. Just got 1 round left. Just gotta 1 round. Doesn't matter if we win the match. We could. All we needed to do was win 1 round to make playoffs. But do we do it? Spoiler, no we don't. So I'm gonna predict what I do on this mid is basically the same as the others. Don't arrow my demo in time. Don't look at the spam. Just mindlessly wilding, didn't look at anything, didn't look at their soldiers. Didn't look at the spam that was incoming. Just holding, really just held W towards the pack while eating damage. That was just bad fundamentals. It's okay to, another thing I should have done there on some of these mids. Fine to go, if you're eating all that spam, it's fine to go backdoor sometimes if they're spamming you really early. Team salvages though, man, just to get the med. It's not all bad. Got 2 picks, we should be able to dry Valley here. Let's dry Valley, let's dry push Valley, let's dry push Valley. Let's dry push Valley. No, we're just gonna stalemate. Down to Soldier, no reason we couldn't poke Valley there. We don't have to commit to it. Bought that Soldier pick, that's 1 less person to bomb. Which makes it much easier to dry push Valley. Really should have just taken the opportunity, take a look there. Don't have to commit to it, just take a look, see what you can get. If not, you know, like I said, always can just turn dry push that looks bad into a sack. And those sacks are always going to be more effective because, you know, putting a lot of pressure by making it dry push, then turning it into something different. And it's basically free, and it gives you a lot of different options. So there's a sack. Just gonna hang out here, try not to get forced. We'll just backdoor HP. Great scout, easily cleans him up. You should sack another fast, You don't need to wait for the other soldier. The second other fast, or honestly, again, what I like doing, down to soldier, the counter set came really late, rotate Valley and dry. Do the same thing, dry push. Try not, don't use, just try to bait the other bomb. Maybe take the space. Turn it into a push, then turn it into a sack, make them use. A lot of things we could have done there off this opportunity. Instead, we just do nothing. Yeah, a lot of missed opportunities there. I think if I definitely believe that. Oh, and yeah, Scout leaves me here. Yeah, we're expecting a counter sack. He should have stayed with me there, I think. At the very, I also should have recognized my Scout's not with me, so I need to back the fuck up. Tell them to come back. Back out to mid and regroup with my team. Yeah, it's just bad communication. Not really, and I should not drop down here. This is horrible. I'm just kind of waddling on the low ground. We already lost this fight. They're all in. We have no position. I don't know why Scout decided to fight that. That wasn't a good play, I don't think. And regardless, I should have left him way earlier because I easily could have been caught there. I also passed a really stupid way. I very easily could have been caught that way. I should have just passed the ramp room then rotated if I needed to. Yeah. You're down people like that, and you think they're chasing, just go the short route to safety, then come out to where you want. But they feed 2, it ends up working out. I hit a sort of accidental surf. My Scout's able to clean it up. Down 2 soldiers. Just bust in, we shouldn't hesitate so much. Nice for taking height, this is actually pretty solid. Not really looking up, should still be looking up. Oh, and they managed to get the Uber. Took it long enough. I have to use here, yeah. The Uber's much better, we should just reset. Nice, we get 3 picks. This is really good for us. Could have been a little bit more careful of getting Uber check there. Maybe we knew they had slide out, I don't remember. Just gonna do a little reset here. Don't know why we're not. We should just post up on high ground. We don't need to sit in house here. Could have denied these 3 pretty easily, I think. At least, yeah, I think we could deny these if we actually just went for the cap. And posting up on height is always, pretty much always fine here. Just eating shit here. Just not beating the corners properly for the spam. Walk Valley, get the pack. We should dry off this pick. It's dry on dry, isn't it? We should dry fight off this. Go Valley, we should dry fight. Go Valley, we should dry fight. Go Valley, we should dry fight off this pick. Dry fight off this pick, guys. Oh, okay, we're not gonna dry fight off the pick. So we're just gonna do what we've done normally and just do nothing. Yeah, we're not taking advantage of these small advantages. We're just really killing a lot of opportunities we could have had to get past the second. And we're just stalling up. We get a lot of mid fights. They beefed a lot of pushes. We're winning. We're taking mid a lot. We're in a good position. We're just not able to convert it because we're not able to get off the second. We're not taking advantage of the small advantages, and it's very easy to stalemate on this point. Let's see. We also don't really support our sacks very well, so when we do a sack, we're not going to get anything. There's a sack. Yeah, we didn't really peek very hard for that. Like we lose 2 for it. We should be able to trade this. Heal up, get ready to trade. Rotate through lower, get ready to trade. I don't like our team mistake. If our team didn't take so much damage, we probably could have stayed there, taking the trade. Now it's a really bad trade. I don't like that we trade through here. It's really obvious what we're doing. We gave up the ground and traded through a really easy to stuff doorway. Now we lose one and we're still committing. We need to leave. Should have been leaving 5 seconds ago. Really, probably sooner than that because you know our trade is gonna be dog shit. Yeah, we shouldn't have taken the trade there. We should have probably rotate through lower, maybe taking on a scout. Or just held our. We should just held our ground on mid, taking the trade on point. HP managed to salvage because he's a god. And 3 picks. Only 1 projectile. This should be really easy to push. Guys can't really stuff the doorway very well. So just 1 soldier. We should be able to get through really easily. Look up. Make sure I look up to go into this doorway. Could be hiding. A spot in front. Eating less spam. We need someone to bomb and make space. The rest of our team's kind of lagging behind you. Soldier, stop spamming and bomb. He's bombed at height. Yeah, our soldier just kind of baited. Soldier kind of baited us there. Really just stood top left for no reason, spamming. Yeah, just spamming top left. Instead of bombing and taking space to push them out. Yeah, our team was just really slow to take positions there, so we couldn't get out of that corner. Ended up dying because of it. I also was really bad at dodging spams. It's also on me, but so our soldiers really needed to bomb and make space there. The rest of the team really need to just get the fuck in. Yeah, and they somehow managed to lose their med, so it's not unsalvageable for us. We're gonna poke this. This is fine. Don't overcommit. We're down 1. Now we got a pick. Now this is fightable. There's another one, so it's essentially 4v5 for a little while, but we have solid position. But the problem is we're also fighting separate fights. We're all spread out. We have half our team fighting on bridge, half our team fighting in valley, half our team fighting in point. So 150% of our team is going different directions. But that's just a horrible fight. We just split up, didn't fight the same things together. This guy's gonna come up sniper. This is Taiga. Yep. Yeah, I think we used a good one that dry fight. We just split up really badly. So gonna go into anti-sniper spot. We should get a gun up because this spot really sucks if you don't have a sniper, or if you don't have a gun. I mean, now you're on low ground with really bad vision. Really forced because we don't have a sentry. We really need a sentry here. I don't know why I didn't tell my scout to go on NG. Sniper dies. Going stalemate. They got a pick. They have a sniper. They can still send a sack though. When they had that sniper pick, that would have been fine and pretty much risk free for them. Especially because we only have 1 scout. There's not a whole lot of denial. They put a ton of pressure and they probably got a force there. Yeah, Boeing still made on last. There's 2 picks. We should peek out hard, see if we can take a trade, peek our sniper, get a force, get it turned into a sack, roll picks, anything. We need much faster on this. We're way too slow to do this. Maybe start walking instantly after we see that pick, especially the second one. They shouldn't give us a lot of space here. We get the demo. This should be really good for us. You'll make sure Scout stays alive because it pushes kind of dead if our Scout dies. They use it's a dog shit Uber. Don't want to drop a demo here. It actually would have been fine. I mean, it's kind of tough because the Scout died right as we used, so I think it's fine to use there. No, because now we're able to push off these 4 picks. So yeah, using there was probably fine, actually. There's an argument to drop your demo there, but it would have been kind of risky because we had a sniper, so we wouldn't have had a huge advantage. Actually, yeah, I don't know. We would have. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of tough. Because I do still think we would have been able to kite. They had, because all they had was scouts to force us. We just backed up and we taken maybe 2 points with Vlad. But we ended up taking 2 points with it either way, essentially, because we were able to re-push off the 4 pick, so I think it worked out, so maybe it's fine. Again, I mean, we're down rounds. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't have could have peaked Valley dry. Neither team is both teams are pretty far from having Goober. I think it's fine to see if you can just roll picks in Valley, but now you lose 2. They use this is really bad for us. Taking a trade wouldn't be all bad when you're down 2, but the fact they take it so fast means we have to leave. It's kind of the boomer trade, because a lot of teams nowadays will just try to take space, make your menus first, force you to use the worst super, and I should have been watching my back as I left. If I did, I could have surfed that possibly. But a lot of teams these days will really just try to take space, go the empty route, make your menus first, force you out with the numbers, make you use first, and use a better Uber, so you have to leave. But I'm not totally against using the boomer trade, especially at lower levels, even medium levels, even as long as it's not the top level, probably. But you know, there's probably even an argument to use it sometimes there. But using the boomer trade, I had no reason to commit the point there. There was no one on it. That's stupid. Titan salvage, maybe. Probably not. Oh, maybe? No. I just got it. Yeah, you know, I think it's viable. It's hard to fuck up. Especially if you know your team's not super coordinated. That's why I say, you know, especially at lower levels, I think it's especially strong. The idea is you just trade really fast, so the fact that they're going to have to leave because they're not going to have people for the post fight, pretty good. It can't be good. Yeah, and that's just horrible spam dodging. Could have just delayed in battle a little bit more, wait for the spam brush to clear, and come out, but instead I just eat a ton of damage, then it's an easy cleanup for the rest of their team. The thing about the boomer trade is, if you can do the boomer trade, which is just trading really fast off picks, you have to make sure you do it. Emphasis on doing it fast. You really have to do it fast, because the whole idea is that Ubers are going to fade before they have spawns, and they can't use their Uber to kite, and then save players and delay for the spawns to get there. But it has to be fast. If you don't go fast, you just play right into their hands. Likewise, it's foolish of us to try to meet them there. We should have been backing out of house. We can't take the trade close there because we're not going to have Uber, we're not going to have spawns in time. We should have kited back way sooner. Got out of house, made them take the trade on mid. Taking the raid there close was just a bad decision by us. And now we're maybe thinking about trading, but we don't have yet. So have to use saber player here. This is a fine use. Need someone else on this. We know that we're going to re-chase with this. We know it's a really good Uber. We would have had someone else on it. We would have pretty much wiped them there. We had anybody else on it, I think. Shred Evans, Kale getting the cleanup there. It's been kind of a chaotic fight, and yeah, we think they might back up, so we're stacking up. I don't like that I looked back for it. I should have been looking forward. Spawner could have came. The soldiers just watch out for trap. Well, traps are clear now, so walk in anyway. Take out. Do we have anyone else here? No, we have people back, so we might need to. We might have to give this up because we don't have anyone else here to take space. Still 3 on 3. They're getting better spawns. We need to really take height and really dominate the position fast before. Okay, so now we have 4 people here. As long as everyone lives. A little bit of risky commit by poison there. I don't like that I dropped off height here. I dropped off to the height for no reason. I just stayed on height so this guy couldn't chase me. I need to leave. No, we're down 2. We stayed way too long there. We were down players, down 2. I had no soldiers, which were really important on this point. We stayed in way too long there for no reason. That was a bad decision by us. Too slow to get in, too slow to get out. Big story of this game. Using, trying to kite this a little bit. Careful to dodge that charge shot. I don't like that walking to their whole team here. Not a whole lot of place we can go though. There's a soldier over there. Yeah. And we've already lost. The Uber was really good, so not a whole lot we could do there. And that's game. I think my game crashed, but it's alright because that's the end of the demo. Alright, yep, that's it. Yeah, so that's kind of how we choked and missed playoffs by 1 round. Very easily could have won that. Wasted a lot of opportunities. Had really bad togetherness as a team. But yeah, that's basically it. Really sad game to watch in hindsight. There's a lot of opportunities we could have won. Also dropped that Uber in a really stupid way. You know, if my fundamentals were better, just didn't, would have prevented a lot of those deaths, given us a lot of opportunities. Because, you know, I would have seen stuff coming, wouldn't have ate so much spam. Would have forced the bad times. So, yeah. Like I said, really winnable game. So, overall, really sad one to watch, but it is what it is.